Whenever the word virus appears in the news cycle, it triggers an immediate, almost involuntary spike in anxiety. Hantavirus is a recurring trigger for this panic. Every few years, it surfaces in headlines, usually accompanied by terrifying descriptions of its symptoms. Yet the World Health Organization consistently categorizes the global risk of hantavirus as incredibly low. If the symptoms are genuinely severe, why aren't the world's top health agencies preparing for a massive outbreak? The severity of a symptom does not indicate how easily a disease spreads. To understand the actual threat level, we have to run this virus through a risk funnel. The foundational rule for any global pandemic is simple. The pathogen must be able to jump easily from human to human. Hantavirus is a zoonotic spillover, a virus that passes from an animal to a human, but then hits a biological dead end. It cannot chain from one person to the next. Because this biological wall exists, almost every human infection must be acquired directly from an animal. The host pool is remarkably small, limited to specific species of rodents like the deer mouse. Looking back at our funnel, simply removing human-to-human transmission immediately filters 99% of the global population out of the risk pool. Even proximity to a carrier rodent is not enough to cause infection. A highly specific physical interaction has to happen first. The virus relies on a process called aerosolization. Fresh rodent droppings or urine must be physically disturbed and kicked into the air as dust for the virus to be inhaled. Outdoors, the wind disperses these particles harmlessly. To concentrate enough viral material to be dangerous, the aerosolization must happen in an enclosed, dusty, unventilated space. This environmental filter isolates the first genuinely vulnerable demographic, agricultural workers and rural residents who frequently work around rodent habitats. The second risk group consists of individuals clearing out long-abandoned, heavily infested structures like closed-up sheds or cabins. The hazard exists only at the exact intersection of the right rodent, the right environment, and the specific physical action of stirring up dust. This strict sequence of events is why the World Health Organization issues a low-risk assessment. It is based on rigid biological and environmental limits. When we view the completed risk funnel, we see the general public is entirely separated from that microscopic dot at the bottom. For most people, hantavirus requires zero daily anxiety. But for the tiny fraction of people who do interact with high-risk, unventilated spaces, there are exact protocols to follow. You defeat the aerosolization risk through basic physical barriers. Leave doors and windows open for 30 minutes to ventilate the space, and wear a respiratory mask. When cleaning, avoid dry brooms or vacuums, which launch dust into the air. Instead, spray surfaces with a bleach solution and use wet mops and damp rags to trap the particles. Hantavirus is a highly localized hazard that operates on very specific rules. By understanding exactly how those rules work, we strip away the panic and